My brother, once an A-list Hollywood heartthrob, took on a live-stream celebrity reality show to clean up his image. He dragged me along for the ride. The producer asked family members to introduce each other. After stalling for ages, my brother threw caution to the wind and blurted out,
"My sister, she is a girl."
I seized the moment, confidently declaring,
He is older than me.
My brother Chase Carter unexpectedly skyrocketed to fame 3 years ago after starring in a hit teen drama. Before the season even finished airing, he had already been elevated to top-tier male celebrity status. 3 years later, that teen show remains his only notable work. The entire internet mocks him for being a total himbo-having, looks but no acting chops, brains but no talent, and a personality that amounts to nothing but his jawline. To rehabilitate his image, his manager booked him on a live-streamed sibling reality show, emphasizing over and over that he must play up his protective, doting big brother persona. Of course, they also made sure to tell me to play along with my brother. My brother.
No problem?
Me.
No problem.
On the day the broadcast went live, the Twitch chat exploded with viewers. After all, despite the haters, my brother's clout was undeniable.
Oh my God, the himbo is here to serve face again. Does fame in Hollywood mean dragging your whole family into the cash grab? Skip the reality show, just drop the brand deal links. Chase hit the genetic jackpot with that face. How pretty could his sister be? Don't shove another ugly Nepo baby down our throats.
The camera panned to my brother and me. The chat went silent for a second, then exploded.
Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Who said lightning doesn't strike twice in the same gene pool? Crawling, barking, foaming at the mouth, pushing Chase out of the way. This is your sister, this is my wife.
The host began cueing the process.
Please introduce yourselves, but we have a small request. Family members should introduce each other.
After the other celebrity guests smoothly finished their introductions, it was my turn with my brother. My brother stammered.
This is my sister, Chloe Carter. She is, her height.
After a long pause, he threw caution to the wind.
My sister is a girl.
Off camera, our manager stared in disbelief. When it was my turn, I stammered just as badly.
My brother, Chase Carter, his birthday, his weight.
Under the spotlight, inspiration struck. I declared confidently.
He is older than me.
The other guests struggled to stifle their laughter. The manager off camera looked like he was about to pass out. It is over. We've crashed and burned. The entertainment industry has many ways to end a career. Just as the manager thought my brother might become the first male celebrity to get canceled over a failed sibling persona. Hey, my brother started trending on Twitter. Forget about hashtags like Chase Carter fake sibling, Chase Carter's sister is female, and Chase Carter clueless dominating the trending page. The live stream alone was breaking viewership records.
Elmao, did the producers forget to give him the script? Help, are these siblings doing a comedy bit? How could they not know each other's height and weight? Honestly, I don't know my brother's height either. If you ask me his age, I'd have to do math to figure out his birth year. Chase might be a pretty boy, but he is also a workaholic. He was on set filming, even on New Year's Eve. His sister is probably just out of high school. It is normal for siblings to be out of touch after years of not living together. Engel, this pair is seriously hilarious. The way they both stuttered before looking at the ceiling in utter despair was perfectly synchronized.
Long story short, my brother and I went viral, but we couldn't see the chat during the stream. We had no clue at the time. We were still faking our sibling bond, following our manager's instructions. For a team challenge, we had to bike to a destination cabin. My brother volunteered to pedal me on the back. He pedaled with all his might, hitting every bump so hard my butt hurt like hell for the sake of our personas. I had to hype him up.
Bro, you are going so fast.
Hearing that, he went full Tour de France and pedaled like a maniac to the intersection. Then we got pulled over by a park ranger.
Riding double on a single-seat rental bike, that is a $20 fine.
Me? My brother? We ended up walking to our destination, where I volunteered to cook for my brother. The production team took $20 from our budget to cover the fine, so I had to make do with whatever wild ingredients were around the cabin. Half an hour later, the smoke alarm blared from the kitchen. I emerged holding a bowl of my concoction, or wild mushroom soup, and enthusiastically handed it to my brother. 15 minutes later, my brother was bonding with the golden retriever, claiming it had Twitch chat bubbles floating above its head. I let out a shrill scream, because I saw them too. On the show's premiere day, my brother and I both ended up in the ER with mushroom poisoning. Lying weakly in bed with an IV, I turned my head to find my brother looking even more drained than me. I only took a few sips of the mushroom soup, but my brother, whether to prove a point or not, forced himself to finish a whole bowl. A massive bowl. My guilt surfaced.
Bro, are you okay?
He snorted coldly.
The cameras are off. Cut the act, Chloe.
Our relationship wasn't great. We'd fought constantly since childhood. He'd snatch my mac and cheese, I'd grab his flamin' hot Cheetos. Mid-fight, SpongeBob would come on and we'd call a truce, hugging a bag of Doritos as we squeezed together on the couch. Those days felt like a lifetime ago. Snapping back to reality, I shot back.
Chase, you set me up first. If you hadn't insisted on pedaling me on that bike, would we have gotten fined?
Chase's jaw clenched as if he wanted to say something, but the show's producer suddenly burst in. First came a flurry of concern, then a gentle reminder that the entire crew and hundreds of thousands of viewers on the live stream were waiting for us. The unspoken message, the show must go on. My brother frowned.
I am fine, but my sister.
I blurted out.
I can do it, no problem.
Ha! What is wrong with streaming while sick? That is $100 grand, $100 grand. My brother stayed silent. The producer took that as consent. Soon, the crew whisked us back to the cabin, and the stream resumed.
Here they come. The chaotic siblings are back. I would be so sad if this fake sibling duo quit, okay? Wow, both of these delicate flowers getting food poisoning together is sending me.
My brother and I hadn't had time to check our phones at the hospital, so we had no idea about the online comments. We exchanged a glance and reluctantly started acting again. My brother made me a lemon salt Gatorade substitute to replenish electrolytes, but he dumped way too much salt in it. I nearly choked to death and started gagging violently. I personally peeled 3 oranges for my brother, only for each one to be sourer than the last. His already terrible poker face completely spiraled out of control. That day, Twitter was flooded with our reaction memes, but I never imagined the producers would bring in a mystery guest, my ex-boyfriend, Luke Jenkins. Luke arrived with his Juilliard-trained ballet dancer sister, Faye Jenkins. When I first saw Faye, I grinned like an idiot. Who sent this goddess down to earth? Pretty sister, let's hug. I am totally girl crushing. Then, when I spotted Luke behind her, my smile froze instantly. Luke Jenkins, my high school classmate after the SATs at a senior ditch day bonfire, I lost a game of truth or dare. The dare was to confess to a guy. So I chose Luke, and then he accepted. At first, I thought he was just playing along. But the next morning, Luke sent me a Snapchat voice note.
Good morning, baby.
Me? What? Baby? Who the hell is your baby? And then, somehow, we ended up dating, but we broke up after just 2 weeks. Luke was great, handsome, tall, smart, but he ruined my binge-watching schedule. I don't have many hobbies besides watching Netflix. I hadn't caught up on any shows for over half a year while cramming for college apps, and I was practically going through withdrawal. After dating Luke, he either dragged me to the library to study or took me hiking by the beach. He was super into grinding for college and living a healthy lifestyle. But sorry, my brain was completely occupied by the plot twists of the shows I was binge-watching. So Luke became my ex-boyfriend. Faye noticed something was off and smiled gently.
Hi, Chloe. I heard you and my brother went to the same high school. Do you two know each other?
Me.
We went to the same school.
Luke.
We're friends.
Their answers couldn't have been more different. Faye blinked.
So are you two close or not?
Luke pursed his lips and looked away.
Not close.
My brother didn't know about my history with Luke and was still trying to maintain his gentlemanly, doting big brother persona.
What a coincidence, Luke. I hope you'll look out for my little sister on the show.
Luke shot me a glance and replied solemnly.
Absolutely.
The live chat exploded.
Yo, 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 friends. Yo, 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 not close. Yo, 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 absolutely. Got a feeling Chase is going to regret saying that today, LMO.
Considering our post-hospital state, the afternoon stream was split into 2 groups. One group went on an outdoor adventure. Pop singer Layla Young and her sister Lily, along with Olympic swimmer Liam Jones and his young nephew Hunter. The other group played indoor games, my brother and me, plus Luke and his sister. The first game was blindfolded pool noodle fight. The rules were simple. One person blindfolded and wielding a foam pool noodle, attacked while the other 3 had dog squeaky toys taped to their shoes. Hitting an opponent earned points, but hitting a teammate resulted in a penalty. Teammates couldn't give verbal warnings. My brother drew the blindfold for the first round. We two strategized intensely beforehand, concluding that based on probability, regardless of friendly fire penalties, winning was more likely if we just swung wildly and frequently. Me.
Bro, go easy on them.
My brother gave me a thumbs up.
Got it?
I thought he really understood. But the moment the referee blew the whistle, my brother launched into a flurry of vertical chops and horizontal swings, a full-on indiscriminate, no-holds-barred rampage. I was instantly knocked to the floor by the pool noodle. I scrambled across the carpet, the squeaky toys on my shoes emitting frantic squeals. My brother pinpointed my location by sound and pursued relentlessly, his pool noodle blurring into afterimages as he bellowed.
Ha! Where do you think you are running, you little gremlin?
The manager off camera turned pale, lips trembling. The live stream audience, however, was dying of laughter.
Chloe, stop now. Chase got it. I want her dead. Chase, today we choose violence. Chase clearly wants to win so badly. Lola lol. Help me. This is too funny, Chase. You are using your ultimate move on your own sister. This strategy was actually cooked up by Chloe and him together. All I can say is these siblings are built different two peas in a chaotic pod.
Just as I was about to get hit by my brother's finishing blow, another shrill squeak suddenly pierced the air nearby. I turned my head and saw Luke had moved. My brother heard the noise and switched targets. Now Luke was the one getting chased and battered. I froze in place. Luke's position was perfectly safe as long as he didn't move. My brother couldn't hit him anytime soon. Why did he suddenly move? Suddenly, an arm wrapped around my shoulder and a faint floral scent drifted to my nose. I looked up to see Faye's beautiful face mere inches away. She raised her hand to wipe the dust from my cheek. Her voice hushed.
Chloe's turned into a little kitten.
My ears burned red. Who could resist this? Who wouldn't love snuggling up to a gorgeous girl? But the next second, that brat Luke actually charged toward us. Right behind him was my brother wildly swinging his foam noodle. Faye ducked out of the way, but I couldn't dodge in time and was about to get whacked when a tall, broad-shouldered figure stepped in front of me. Thwack! Thwack! The pool noodle kept hitting Luke's back, but he didn't budge, shielding both Faye and me.
Time's up.
The referee declared the round over. Chase removed his blindfold, brimming with confidence.
Chloe, wasn't I awesome?
Me. The production crew busied themselves tallying Chase's attack count. Faye pulled Luke aside to whisper something. Suddenly, Luke glanced our way. My heart skipped a beat, and I held my breath involuntarily. But my brother swept his hair back, grinning so wide his teeth were practically glowing.
That kid must have been blown away by how handsome I am, right?
I stared intently at my brother's face, but honestly couldn't figure out what was so hot about him. My impression of him was still stuck on that scruffy older brother with messy hair wearing baggy basketball shorts, stealing my pizza rolls. My brother bared his teeth.
What, Chloe? Are you falling for your big bro's charm too?
I replied with deadpan honesty.
I still think Luke is way hotter.
My brother? My brother. In the second round, Faye drew the blindfold. Faye was gentle, terrified of hurting anyone, moving with extreme caution the whole time. In the third round, I drew the blindfold. Once it was on, darkness enveloped me, and my sense of balance seemed to fail. I thought I was walking straight ahead, but I veered off course. Dazed, I bumped into something. My hand instinctively reached out to feel it. Warm and solid. Judging by the height, it must be a guy. My brother or Luke. Uncertain, I suddenly had a flash of insight and sniffed hard. I've always had a bloodhound's nose. My sense of smell is exceptionally keen. My brother is obsessed with his hair. He uses more pomade than he does shoe lifts, and that pomade has a distinct citrus scent. I didn't detect any pomade. Instead, I caught a clean, crisp Old Spice and laundry detergent fragrance. Perfect, Luke Jenkins. You are not getting away this time. I grabbed Luke's shirt with one hand and furiously whacked him with the pool noodle in the other. Remembering how he'd protected me in the last round, I felt a twinge of guilt as I rained blows down on him, muttering,
Lord forgive me, +1, +1, +1, +1.
The chat exploded.
Haha, Chloe, you are playing whack-a-mole. Luke boy, if you are not running, why are your ears turning red? Is Chloe Carter the legendary Doomslayer?
When the producer called time, no scoring was needed. My brother pounced on me, grinning from ear to ear.
Chloe, we won. You are the GOAT.
I bared my teeth in a grin.
I am the GOAT.
My brother and I hugged each other, laughing hysterically with pure competitive adrenaline. The Jenkins siblings exchanged a glance. Faye smiled silently, while Luke cleared his throat awkwardly. Off camera, our manager rubbed his temples, looking like he'd aged 10 years. The protective big brother persona just wouldn't stick. Not even a little. The live chat was already a sea of LMAO.
Chase, Your sister's about to get snatched up and you are still cheering? As everyone knows, where there is a chaotic brother, the feral sister isn't far behind. The Jenkins siblings are playing 4D chess, the Carter siblings also playing chess but eating the pieces.
We played 2 more games before the other group returned, and everyone pitched in to make dinner. Given my overly hazardous culinary track record, I was strictly banned from entering the kitchen. Pop star Layla had her sister Lily keep me company, while Faye and Liam also shooed their family members out of the kitchen.
This doesn't concern you guys. Go play.
So 4 adults cooked in the kitchen, while the 4 of us kids sat in the living room, staring at each other blankly. Chloe Lily, a college freshman, asked with bright eyes, "What is your brother usually like at home?" I paused. Truthfully, my brother hadn't been home in ages. Mom and Dad divorced. One of us stayed with Dad, the other with Mom. We only saw each other during the holidays. But since my brother blew up in Hollywood, our hangouts grew even rarer. When we did manage to meet, he was always swamped endless shoots, non-stop calls, endless Zoom meetings. We were no longer the closest friends, partners in crime, or co-op gaming buddies in the world. Instead, we became increasingly distant, polite, and formal strangers. Remembering my manager's instructions, I answered carefully.
When he is not on set, he hits the gym and eats kale salads during the day.
Then at night, he'd order Taco Bell to tempt me into breaking my diet with him.
He reads books or scripts every day.
But really, he'd only get through a few pages before booting up his Xbox and dragging me into a Call of Duty duo queue.
Sometimes he'll go hiking for cardio or take a drive down the Pacific Coast Highway.
Only to pull out a massive bag of junk food the moment we parked and have an impromptu picnic. Lily's eyes sparkled.
Wow, your brother is such a green flag. I am obsessed.
Me, green flag. Sorry. But after knowing my brother clogs the toilet 3 times a day, that image of him in my head shattered long ago. I am your brother's biggest stan, Lily declared with a sweet smile, revealing her true colors. Honestly, I practically consider you my little sister-in-law, Chloe. Me, huh? Just joined a reality show. And suddenly, I have a sister-in-law. Lily was a total extrovert after a few sentences. She was already gossiping like an old friend. Chloe, do you have any celebrity crushes? Or a guy at school? I can be your wingwoman. Luke, who had been discussing esports tournaments with young Hunter, suddenly turned his head and looked at me. I avoided his gaze.
I don't have any celebrity crushes and there is no guy at school.
Lily.
Then what is your type?
Me.
I like someone who isn't clingy.
Lily froze.
Isn't clingy a good thing?
He'd distract me from... I caught myself in time, pivoting awkwardly.
Distract me from my studies and personal growth.
Lily and Hunter instantly looked at me with immense respect.
Chloe, I never knew you were such an academic weapon.
As I finished, Luke's eyes darkened with a hint of resentment. Dinner time. My brother and I were at it again. I served him a piece of trout, but the bones weren't fully removed. He choked, rolling his eyes and turning red in the face. He poured me a bowl of chili loaded with jalapenos, hot sauce, and ghost pepper flakes. So spicy it made me wheeze, tears and snot streaming down my face. Just then, Luke handed me a glass of whole milk, his voice warm.
Chloe, dairy cuts the spice.
Thanks.
I chugged it down. My brother, however, froze.
Chloe, didn't you used to love spicy food? When we were kids, you ate those fiery habanero chips like candy.
Don't bring up ancient history. I've lost my tolerance now. I can only handle mild salsa.
I mumbled. After Mom and Dad split, Chase stayed with Dad while I went with Mom. After Mom remarried, our new household stopped eating spicy food entirely. Over time, my tolerance vanished. Chase fell silent for a long while. After a moment, he started passing me only the mild dishes. Suddenly remembering something, I whispered.
Bro, didn't you used to love trout? You were so good at picking out the bones.
Chase pressed his lips together.
When I was doing auditions, a fish bone got stuck once. Almost ruined my vocal cords, haven't eaten much since. Guess I am out of practice too.
I blinked, a pang of sadness in my chest. It felt like we'd been absent from each other's lives for far too long. What once felt like a natural unspoken bond had turned into an absurdly awkward unfamiliarity. The moment made me emotional. I tapped my milk glass against my brother's water glass.
Bro, cheers to that.
My brother cautiously asked.
Are you sure you are not trying to poison me?
I glared at him.
You are just a feral hog who doesn't appreciate fine dining.
Ha! If I am a feral hog, then you are the feral hog's sister. Chase stuck his tongue out at me. Feral hog's sister. Ugh, my brother is so annoying.
Then you are feral hog brother.
Feral hog sister.
Feral hog brother.
We got more and more into the banter, completely forgetting we were on a live broadcast. and started exposing each other.
Chloe, how dare you talk to your brother like that when your midnight cravings hit? Who was the one ordering Uber Eats from 3 different places for you?
You are just projecting because you wanted the food. Who was the one wrecking the bathroom 3 times a day and clogging the toilet?
Fine, let's go there. When you were a literal infant, I was the one changing your dirty diapers. Did you ever say thank you?
You were delusional. Could I even speak when I was a baby? Why don't you mention how you bribed me with V-Bucks to cover for you while you secretly FaceTimed your Discord girlfriend?
We adults have complex romantic lives. What would a little brat like you know?
Mid-argument, Chase abruptly froze. He stiffly craned his neck and slowly turned to face the camera mounted in the corner of the dining room. The red light was blinking, indicating it was broadcasting live. My brother, me. Some careers survive live streams, while others face absolute social death. The other celebrity guests at the table fell silent for a solid 10 seconds. My brother and I exchanged terrified glances, utterly speechless. Little did we know how incredibly entertained the Twitch chat had become since our argument started.
Anytime, anywhere, the Feral Hog siblings choose violence. Cameraman, why are we only getting wide shots of Feral Hog brother and Feral Hog sister? Zoom in on the drama. Clogging the toilet 3 times a day is so real. My boyfriend destroys our bathroom daily too. Honestly, Chase the Himbo is so much more likable with his sister. Before he was practically a cardboard cutout. This fight doesn't seem scripted. I am invested. Let's see how this plays out. Mouse, scripted or not, we the fans make the rules. And let me tell you, Chase does not have the acting range to fake this.
My brother and I still didn't know what was happening in the chat. My brother had thicker skin, but I felt like my life was over. Was my brother's protective older brother Brand about to go up in flames? Would he get dropped by his agency? I instinctively wanted to flee.
I need to use the restroom.
My brother cleared his throat.
Well then, I'll go get my sister some Tums.
There were no cameras in the hallway near the bathroom. I paced frantically by the sink.
Bro, what do we do? Are you gonna lose all your followers?
Chase suddenly leaned against the wall, crossing his arms with a smirk.
Oh, not calling me Feral Hog brother anymore?
I don't have the energy to roast you right now. I am genuinely terrified you are gonna get canceled over this.
My eyes were watering. Chase seemed taken aback by my reaction. After a moment of silence, he dropped the smirk inside.
Whatever, my career was already circling the drain. You can't cancel someone who is already flopping.
Me? Worst case scenario. I'll just go back to busking on the Santa Monica Pier. As long as I can play guitar, I won't starve. My brother's mindset was aggressively optimistic. He flicked my forehead with his finger. Chloe, I thought you'd be throwing a party if I fell off. I blurted out instinctively.
No way.
Chase.
You what?
Luke's clear voice called out from the end of the hall.
Chloe, Chase, the producer needs you both back on set.
I eagerly dodged my brother and practically sprinted away. Just watching people eat wasn't driving enough engagement, so the producers set up party games for dessert. Hearing the words truth or dare, I glanced guiltily at Luke. His side profile was sharp and clean-cut, radiating that effortless varsity athlete charm. The first few rounds targeted the other celebs, so I kept my head down and ate my ice cream. But unexpectedly, though I wasn't chosen for truth, someone's question dragged me into the crossfire. Luke, do you have a girlfriend? Pop star Layla, ever the gossip, teased. It is not some secret long-distance thing, is it? Chase. Through the swirling steam rising from the fondue pot, Luke's eyes seemed to lock onto mine as he murmured.
I did.
The table erupted into a chorus of oohs and teasing.
Oh my God, Luke, you had a high school sweetheart. You said I did, not I do. That means you broke up. Who dumped who? Bro, looking like a Calvin Klein model, there is no way you got dumped, right?
Luke muttered.
She dumped me.
The table went wild, especially my brother, who was living for the drama and kept pressing for the juicy details of the breakup. I quickly yelled.
One question per turn, moving on.
The crowd finally quieted down. The next person picked was me, fearing a truth question about my brother might expose more secrets. I decisively declared.
I picked Dare.
Liam drew the king card. He and my brother were gym buddies, so he obviously gave me an easy out.
Text the 10th person on your recent messages list saying, did you eat yet?
Okay, simple enough. Our phones had been confiscated before the stream began. A pa handed me my iPhone. I unlocked it and scrolled through my iMessage app. My bestie was pinned at the top, followed by the family group chat, my AP Chem study group, and my Netflix binge squad. Counting down to 10, my finger landed precisely on a contact with a Shiba Inu emoji L. My eyelid twitched violently. What kind of cursed luck was this? The 10th most recent text thread was actually Luke Jenkins.
Send it, Chloe.
Urged Lily beside me. Everyone leaned in to look at me, including Luke. Sweating bullets, I tapped open the chat. The cameraman zoomed in, broadcasting my phone screen to the world. And so, hundreds of thousands of Twitch viewers read the text Luke had sent me.
Baby, the stray cats outside are cute, but not as cute as you. Baby, do you like abs? I've been hitting the gym a lot lately. Baby, I miss you. Sad dog meme. .jpeg.
A wall of blue iMessage bubbles filled the screen. The very last message was sent last night.
Baby, can we please not break up?
My hands shaking, I typed out the dare and hit send.
Did you eat yet?
A loud buzz echoed from the crew's side of the room. Luckily, my brother and the others thought it was just a random notification and didn't connect Luke with the L on my screen. Even so, my brother's face turned thunderous.
Chloe Carter, who is this guy? Don't tell me you are secretly dating some scrub behind my back.
I am almost in college. Rebelliousness kicked in as I snapped back. Besides, did I ever snitch on you when you were e-dating that girl on Discord?
How is that the same? Who is it? Drop the handle right now.
My brother went full protective mode, jumping out of his chair, his hair practically standing on end. Faye and the others rushed to hold him back. Half the Twitch chat was dying of laughter, while the other half was playing FBI.
Chase Karma finally caught up to you. Ha ha ha, Feral Hog Brother is the definition of a hypocrite. Chat, I am wearing noise-canceling headphones. Right after Chloe hit send, I heard a phone vibrate on set. I swear Elle is in the room right now. FG, who is L Liam Luke, don't rule anyone out based on age. Liam is only 23. Don't rule out gender either. Layla and Lily's names start with L2.
The stream ended in absolute chaos. Before my brother could interrogate me, our manager Dave stormed in.
Chase, Chloe, you two really, man. I don't even know where to start.
We stood like kids in the principal's office, lined up against the wall, waiting to get chewed out. My brother stiffened his jaw.
I told you this rebranding PR stunt wouldn't work. Blame me, not Chloe.
I froze. My whole life, Chase had always thrown me under the bus to save his own skin. Seeing him take the heat today felt entirely foreign. Tears welled up in my eyes.
No, it is my fault. I didn't stick to the script.
My brother's expression shifted instantly.
Dave, look, it is not entirely my fault. Hey, they can't cancel us if we both messed up, right? Any press is good press.
I was speechless. Wow, Chase, I really fell for your act. You little punk! Manager Dave slapped Chase on the shoulder, bursting into laughter. All right, listen up. You two don't need to fake that cheesy Hallmark sibling crap tomorrow. Just act how you normally do. The more feral, the better. The internet is eating it up. I was shocked.
Dave, aren't you worried we'll actually throw hands on camera?
My brother scoffed.
Chloe, I am more worried you are going to leave your dirty socks on my pillow.
You are a psycho. You are the one whose room looks like a biohazard zone, so you project it onto me.
Hold up, Chloe. I haven't even interrogated you about this L guy yet, and you are already giving me attitude.
Right in front of our manager, we started bickering again, yelling until our faces were red and our voices were hoarse. Manager Dave just smiled like a proud dad.
Yes, keep that exact energy.
The next day, the broadcast went live. Even though Dave told us to drop the act, we couldn't just switch our brains off that fast. Today's challenge was a tandem bike race through the state park. I was in the front seat, pedaling like my life depended on it, but the bike felt like it was moving through wet cement. Bro, are the brakes stuck or something? I gasped, drenched in sweat. Why does it feel heavier the harder I pedal? Chase acted like a drill sergeant.
Chloe, stop slacking. Put your back into it.
I started sensing a disturbance in the force and glanced over my shoulder. Are you kidding me? Turns out Chase had his feet propped up on the frame and wasn't pedaling at all. For every 3 rotations I did, he maybe half-heartedly pushed once. No wonder my quads were burning. My mind raced.
Bro, I heard the winner gets a massive prize like a luxury all-expenses-paid vacation.
Wait, really?
I knew I had him. Chase had been yawning through the morning briefing and definitely wasn't listening to the rules.
Pedal and find out.
Chase's eyes lit up.
Then we have to secure the bag.
He started pedaling like an absolute demon, like he was in the final sprint of the Tour de France. The bike chain practically sparking. The Twitch chat lost its mind.
Chase, you menace, making your little sister do all the work. Chloe hit him with the Uno reverse card. The producer never said anything about a vacation. Game recognizes game. Feral Hog Bro has crazy stamina. Elmao, I can't look at the words Feral Hog Bro without wheezing.
Sure enough, Chase pedaled until the tires were practically smoking, only to hit the finish line and realize there was no prize. Where is my luxury vacation? He froze, realizing he'd been played, then warned Chloe Carter, "Get back here. Don't you run from me." I stuck my tongue out at him.
That is what you get for making me do all the work.
Karma comes at you fast. I turned my head to laugh and slammed face first into a solid wall of muscle. "Oh my gosh, I am so sorry." I rubbed my forehead, vaguely registering that whoever I hit had a very impressive chest. Looking up into Luke's clean, handsome face, a wave of intense awkwardness washed over me. "Hey, Luke!" He hadn't texted back after my dare last night, and I had zero idea how to act around him now. Our iMessage thread was still sitting on that cursed. "Did you eat yet?" "Careful," Luke said softly, his voice a low rumble. "Are you okay? Let me see." I took 2 massive steps back.
I am fine. I've got a thick skull anyway. I got a blast.
Just then, a hand clamped down on my hoodie strings, accompanied by Chase's villainous growl.
Chloe, let's see you try to escape now.
Chase dragged me back, glanced at Luke, then sized up young Hunter before making an executive decision.
Luke, man, do me a solid and keep an eye on my sister for the next challenge.
The next activity was a mountain hike, featuring various checkpoints where you had to pair up with someone outside your family. My brother probably thought Luke looked like a responsible Boy Scout. Luke paused for a fraction of a second before nodding earnestly.
You got it, bro.
"Awesome. I am leaving her in your hands," Chase said. "I trust you 100%. Me. My face must have looked like a buffering error screen because my brother shot me a glare.
Chloe, what is with the attitude? I just got you a VIP escort. You should be thanking me.
I had to admit, having Luke as my partner was a massive carry. He was incredibly smart and never lost his cool. Even when I completely fumbled a puzzle checkpoint, he didn't get annoyed, he just hyped me up and helped me reset. At the archery mini game, I actually hit the bullseye twice. The paya told me I had the highest score on the leaderboard so far. I was grinning like an idiot, and Luke smiled down at me.
Chloe, you crushed that.
Obviously.
I skipped up the trail, completely missed a tree root, and tripped. My center of gravity vanished, and I was about to eat dirt on the rocky path.
Chloe,
Luke, who was right behind me, lunged forward and caught me around the waist before I hit the ground. Cold sweat spiked down my spine as my heart hammered against my ribs. Luke guided me to sit on a nearby boulder. I had tweaked my ankle, but it wasn't a full sprain. I could probably still walk. "I am good. Let's keep moving. I don't want us to fall behind on the broadcast." Luke's brows furrowed.
are you sure?
Was he joking? 100 grand was on the line. I'd army crawl up this mountain if I had to. Luke suddenly turned around and crouched down in front of me.
Hop on, piggyback.
Used to my brother's constant roasting and wrestling, I was completely short-circuiting at this gentle, romantic lead version of Luke. This is a bit much, right? Plus, I am heavy. Are you sure you won't throw out your bath? Luke looked dead serious. "It is fine. I am treating it like a weighted vest for cardio." I hesitated, but my ankle throbbed, so I awkwardly climbed onto his back. He stood up effortlessly, hoisting me up like I weighed nothing. I couldn't help but gasp.
Luke, you are jacked.
The tips of his ears turned pink as he hiked up the incline.
Chloe, I just have the baseline strength of an active guy.
Hold up, wait a minute. 1 second, it was the Chase show. Now it is a rom-com starring Chloe. You sly dog, you deserve a happy ending. I hereby sentence you to marriage. The ultimate simp has fallen. His last words, worth it, worth it, worth it.
Luke carried me for a solid 10 minutes, and the guilt started eating at me. "Are you gassed? You can put me down. I can walk off the pain." I really didn't want him to collapse on national television. Luke's breathing was only slightly heavy, but his ears were practically glowing red.
Chloe, I am not tired. Can you just keep talking to me?
I am physically incapable of shutting up anyway, so I started rambling to him. We talked about SAT prep, the dining hall food, but mostly I just info dumped about the shows I was currently obsessing over. You have no idea how insane the season finale was. I literally stayed up until 4 a.m. on a school night just to finish it. I rambled on for ages, only belatedly realizing I was probably boring him to death. Luke suddenly spoke up, his voice cutting through the ambient forest sounds.
Chloe, I am sorry.
I stopped mid-sentence. "Huh? I am sorry I was so bad at reading what you actually liked," Luke said, his voice low and raspy, dripping with regret. "I guess instead of forcing you to go to the library, dragging you on hikes, or taking you to the beach, you really just wanted to stay home and binge Netflix, right?" I tried to defend myself, but the words died in my throat. "I mean, I don't hate the library or the beach. But yeah, my bed and a good television show will always win.
It is my fault, Chloe. Can you give me another chance to get it right?
Luke sounded so incredibly genuine. My heart did a stupid little flip. To say I wasn't the slightest bit attracted to Luke Jenkins would be the lie of the century.
Does that mean you won't guilt trip me into studying or doing CrossFit when I am in the middle of a season?
Luke chuckled softly.
Does that mean I can bring takeout and binge the shows with you? I actually need some new recommendations anyway.
Me, a secret third option just unlocked. Snuggling with a hot boyfriend while eating takeout and watching reality television. That actually sounded like heaven. I rested my chin on Luke's shoulder, completely failing to hide my goofy smile. Suddenly, a feral scream echoed from the ridge above us.
Luke Jenkins, I asked you to keep an eye on my sister, and this is how you watch her, by carrying her off into the sunset.
Chase was absolutely losing his mind, pacing back and forth on the overlook, yelling and pointing at us. Faye was desperately trying to hold him back by his backpack straps.
Chase, chill. My brother is literally just giving her a piggyback ride. It is not a federal crime.
Chase took deep, exaggerated breaths, trying to center his chakras, finally calming down only to lock eyes with me. Bro, he is my ex-boyfriend. I tightened my grip around Luke's neck. But we just got back together. Luke really was the absolute best. I could cry. He promised he'd never interrupt my binge watching again. He just whispered in my ear that he bought premium subscriptions to Netflix, Hulu, and Max for us. So getting back together was just the logical, financially responsible choice, right? Luke set his jaw, looking up at my brother with intense, unwavering eye contact.
Bro, don't worry. I am going to take amazing care of Chloe.
My brother? Seconds later, the entire mountain range echoed with his agonizing roar.
I am gonna kill him. I am gonna kill him.
That day, the entire internet witnessed Chase Carter's villain origin story live on stream.
Feral Hog Bro's mental breakdown is my Roman Empire. Elmau went on a reality show to fix his PR, came home with a brother-in-law plot twist of the century, literally handing your sister over to her future husband and telling him to take care of her. Chase, you are a comedic genius.
The live stream wrapped up. My brother kept downing beers at the wrap party. He passed out on the rug, still mumbling.
I changed her diapers. How is she dating some frat boy so fast?
I couldn't lift his dead weight, so I just threw a fleece blanket over him.
Chloe, I am gonna book enough gigs to buy that mansion in Calabasas. I am gonna keep my promise.
A mansion. I froze, confused. I stepped out onto the porch and called manager Dave. Dave sighed heavily over the phone. Chloe, your brother's been going through hell these past 2 years. From him, I finally learned the truth about Chase's career slump. He had signed a terrible short-term rookie contract with his agency, and they had no intention of renewing it. Instead, they were trying to milk him for every last cent before his hype died. Chase was stubborn. He refused to push sketchy crypto sponsorships or do humiliating influencer boxing matches. To make the money he needed, the agency forced him to star in a string of low-budget, garbage, straight-to-streaming movies. After too many flops, the public naturally turned on him. He signed that contract before his big break, so his cut of the profits was practically nothing. Every dollar he saved for that house was blood, sweat, and tears. Manager Dave sounded genuinely sad. When I first signed him, I thought he was just another Hollywood airhead. I never imagined he was actually that grounded. Still, I never understood why he was so obsessed with buying a massive estate. A nice condo in West Hollywood would have been way less stressful. I think I know why. When Mom and Dad finalized the divorce, I cried so hard I ruined my brother's favorite hoodie with my tears and snot. He was still just a dumb teenager back then, trying to act tough.
Chloe, stop crying. I am gonna get famous and buy us a massive mansion. We'll live together. We'll still be a family.
I looked through the screen door at Chase snoring on the floor, then aggressively wiped my eyes. Chase Carter was so annoying. He always knew exactly how to make me cry. Early the next morning, manager Dave showed up at our front door, my brother sporting massive bedhead, a wrinkled white tee and basketball shorts, stared at his iPhone screen for a long time before hesitantly asking,
Dave, didn't they used to call me internet boyfriend and heartthrob? Why are my comments flooded with feral hog brother?
Dave struggled to suppress a massive grin, looking like he was about to burst.
Don't sweat the nicknames. Your engagement metrics are higher than they were at your absolute peak. Your trash contract is up next month anyway. Every major studio in town wants a meeting.
He handed Chase an iPad.
Look at this. We've got offers pouring in, including a lead role in an A-list comedy director's new movie. The pitch, a chaotic older brother whose sister gets stolen by his high school rival. Read it over.
My brother looked completely shell-shocked.
Going from teen romance to straight comedy, isn't that career suicide?
Dave clapped him on the shoulder.
The heartthrob lane was too crowded anyway. So tell me, do you want to keep being a pretty face that gets mocked online, or do you want to be a comedy icon?
The doorbell rang. I jogged over to open it. Standing on the porch was a tall, clean-cut guy in a varsity jacket holding up a Blu-ray box set.
Chloe, I found the extended director's cut of Game of Thrones. I heard it has deleted scenes that aren't on Max.
My eyes lit up like fireworks.
No way, get in here.
Luke walked in, took off his shoes, and politely nodded at the room. Hey, Dave. His gaze shifted to my brother, and he offered a polite, winning smile. Morning, bro. My brother's eye twitched violently.
Bringing your boyfriends into my house. You little punk, I am gonna end him.
Manager Dave clapped his hands together and let out a booming laugh.
Yes, exactly. Keep that exact energy for the audition.